And then leading from there, 11 years ago, the broad promise of NDIS was, a young child born in New South Wales, and if the child grows up and then midway they want to move to a different state, probably Queensland, the the supports he or she would receive in both the states will be similar, and it'll be a nationalized system. It won't be multiple layered system. And if we talk about specifically on the foundation supports from an angle of Department of Education delivered for young kids with developmental disabilities or developmental challenges, how do we make sure that every state and territory department of education deliver the funding with a similar promise, with a similar the lay of the land? And then, mind you, one of the Royal Commission recommendation was, some states should look forward to having, they were divided on mainstream schools or mainstream and special ed schools. So keeping all of that in mind, what do you see the delivery of foundation supports to, every state and territory Department of Education?
I think, again, this is another big one. And I think that it's time for Australia to start looking at some of the differences that we have in our states and territories.
Mm-hmm.
And education is one of the biggies.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you have a disability or not, you ought to be able to move. And we are a reasonably transient population. We do move from state to state or state to territory. That you should be able to move from one system into the next seamlessly. And whether that's a student with a disability or not, you should be able to have the same expectation of supports that you would get that you got previously.
Mm-hmm.
And that you shouldn't have to go through any further assessments or anything like that. It should just be picked up.
Mm-hmm.
You should move smoothly. You should transition into the next state or territory.
Lovely.